Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Rhett Oudkerk Pool from the Two Tokens NFT podcast. With me is Yudi today, and we're going to talk NFTs and Web3, I would assume. So, Yudi, maybe you can introduce yourself because we didn't have time to chat before, so we're new and the audience will experience getting to know you the same way I am getting to know you now. So,
Okay.
who are you?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for reminding me. So my name's Yudi. I'm the co-founder, CEO currently for MobiFi. So I'm Chinese, living in the Netherlands. Speak a little bit Dutch, not much, just to pass the exam. Right. So I have a background of information and computer science. I did my study in the Netherlands. And after that, I basically start my career in Royal Dutch Shell, so the energy company. Mostly doing emerging tech stuff, AI, blockchain, IoT, all the stuff. So started MobiFi in 2020. We've been through incubation program in Switzerland, and then in 2021 we basically raised some funds, our seed money, and then we are building the product at the moment. So yeah, that's more or less about me. Yeah.
Okay, so you're building the product. So, what stage is MobiFi and what does it do?
Yeah, so actually it's already live.
Okay.
You can download it in the App Store, but we're still building because we are not just a parking service provider. That's just the like tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, small feature.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing that we're gonna add, like a new feature we're gonna add into MobiFi, is actually a gamification for everybody's daily, travel, move around activity, right? So we can reward them for what they do, basically. And our goal is to nudge people to shift from, for example, driving cars to a more sustainable travel behavior. So that's what we do. So that's all the financial parts of the crypto and NFT comes into play.
Okay, so how does it work? I live in The Hague. I'm not living in The Hague. I live in Portugal. But could that work for me, Portugal? What's the country rollout strategy?
Yeah, so Portugal, unfortunately, not yet.
Okay.
But in the new feature that we are developing at the moment, which probably gonna be released in Q3, we're gonna add a tracking of your steps, because we got a lot of feedback from our community, like from Indonesia, from other countries, like, hey, how can we use your app? You're only in the Netherlands. So we decided to add that feature to involve people in. And the logic is very simple, right? So you download our app.
Yeah.
Of course, get whitelist for now. Later on, there's no whitelist.
Yeah.
And then you will get a NFT character. It's like your pass, like represent you, right? And then you're gonna choose whatever transport service you want to use. For now, in Netherlands, parking. Later on, public transport, sharing bike, scooter, all the stuff, right? So, or if you are in Portugal, where we don't have all the presence yet, you can choose to take a walk every day, few thousand steps, and then we will reward you based on your activity, right? So you get some green points, and then
So if I walk, I get green points.
Yes.
If I take a polluting car, then I don't get points?
No.
Okay.
I can give you example.
If I park it, I get points?
Let me give you this example.
Okay.
So parking as an example. So we support indoor parking and on-street parking, right? But we don't recommend you park your car on the street. You don't want all the cars,
Yeah. Visual pollution.
Exactly. And in Amsterdam, especially, if you want to look for a sport on the street, you have to drive around and you pollute, emit a lot of CO2s.
Yeah. If you drive to the parking garage immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we encourage people to use indoor garage,
Yes.
like I did today, right? So if you use on streets, no rewards at all. You can use it, okay, no rewards. But if you use indoor, you get green points. And once the green points reach to a certain level, so it's like a level up in the game.
Yeah.
We're gonna reward you with our MoFi token. So it's a cryptocurrency and it was real dollar. Okay, that's one thing, the cryptocurrency. And the other thing we're going to reward you is what we call utility NFT. So it's not just a picture which is, useless, or, it's like art, right? It's not like that. We actually reward you with an NFT. It has utility. So you can consider it as a badge or whatever for, let's say, 1 hour free scooter rides, 20% discount of parking in Amsterdam, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to give you back. And with the MobiFi token that you get, you can choose to swap it to, stable coin on the exchange, cash out, or you can choose to use that to level up your NFT. What's going to happen is the higher level of your NFT, so it basically has some attributes, right? So if you play game, all that, the faster and the more green points you can earn, and the more MobiFi and the utility NFT you can earn. So we create this loop to make this game happen.
And City of Amsterdam could be your client and sponsor the project with real money that can be turned into the token.
Right, so we have, the ecosystem token to support this. So literally, we don't need extra fund, but of course, extra fund is always nice. So we can actually reward more token, more utilities services to the people, right? So that will attract increase the adoption speed.
Yeah. So if you compare 25 kilometers by car or 25 kilometers by bus, what would be the ratio in points that you would get? Do you know that by head?
It's actually, there's a mathematical model behind it. I don't have it in my mind. It's in the Excel. But just give you some hints. By the way, we haven't released that, so things may change, right? So we have a rank, basically, of different transport modes. Travel by car, parking, indoor, outdoor, public transport, bike, electrical bike or non-electrical bike. They have different levels, right? So basically, non-electrical bike has a much higher green points, you can get compared to parking indoor or electrical bike, right? So that's the idea behind it.
Yeah. And basically everything that you told me up to now, you could, with some effort, build on a normal database. Why blockchain?
That's a good question. Actually, we have a normal database. You need a normal database anyway. But yeah, I mean, to me, what blockchain or cryptocurrency or NFT brings to this game is really the new possibilities or the financial element, right? So we talked to some consultants in BCG, and they share a report that they did for mobility. And they define mobility into 4 different levels. The first level is basically navigation, like a Google Map, City Mapper. The second and third level is like Uber, right? So they do the pricing, everything in one app, and mobility as a service, or the startup they're busy with at the moment. But in the 4th level, BCG actually defines as a fully integrated, level with financial incentives, right? So why do you want to spend more money to park your car indoor? In most places, I think in Portugal should be more expensive in indoor than outdoor. In Netherlands, some city has different situation, but you don't want to pay extra to use more sustainable service. That's the green premium you have to pay. Nobody want to do that. Why? That's where the financial incentive is so critical to speed up the adoption, right? Because the more people are going to use your service, the price, you can lower the price, right? So if there's only 10,000 people, how can you lower the price? You're not going to even survive as a company from this kind of small revenue. So cryptocurrency brings the incentives because of NFT, tokens. People speculate about price and investment stuff. That's okay, because the more people gonna use your service, obviously the demand is high, and your token price or the NFT price will go up. So basically, it's a positive loop. Everybody will win, and in the end, it creates a very positive impact the social impact to the society, to the environment. So that's why we want to bring in crypto into the game, which traditional finance or traditional way of fundraising, whatever, actually cannot really do.
At the end, you could let's imagine everybody in the Netherlands uses your app. Then you're a very powerful player in controlling movements of people. Is there a governance structure on how to price that? What's the strategy there?
You meant how we use users' data?
Yeah, how you use the data, how you price things, what do you incentivize, what do you don't incentivize, and are you opening that system up to players like the city of Amsterdam? Can they structure with you to control mobility flows inside of the city? What's the plan?
This is a very good question. We actually not there yet.
Okay.
But it's good to think about actually. Yeah. But it's a good recommendation. Obviously, we cannot do it alone. As a startup. We're too small, right? So we need to collaborate with the government, city of Amsterdam, or whatever the city is. I think that's crucial, and we probably don't have all the data of how people travel today. So the help from those municipalities will be of great help for us, I think.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do. I moved to Portugal, but I lived in the city of Amsterdam for many, many years. So when I'm here, I'm always in a hotel, and I want to have my stay here be efficient. I want to see family. I want to see my kids. I want to have business meetings. So very quickly, I take a car. I mean, I need to be efficient, and I park, and the cost of parking is not very important because I need to be very efficient here. And one thing I've noticed is that the parking fee is just every hour of the day is almost the same. It is the same. There's some garages that's more expensive, but in reality, if I stay here somewhere and park for 8 hours, I should be penalized very seriously, because parking inside of the city for 8 hours, then the park and ride and all these parking facilities outside of the city would be more ideal for me, because that is pretty efficient still for me. So I find that these movements, and parking especially, is one of the factors. And if it would be priced dynamically, much more dynamically than it currently is, then it's not full all the time, because then you can control the flow much more dynamic than you can currently. I mean, I've been Easter time, there was no parking in Amsterdam anymore. But why? Because they don't make it expensive enough. Yeah, you should have, part of the tourists shouldn't park in the city center. They should take public transport, because then the people that really need to be quick can still utilize it. So. Yep.
Absolutely. I think now I get your points, actually. Yeah. Set the price is, I think, is important, especially on-street parking, right? That's controlled by the municipality. Now I get your points, actually, because at this stage, we don't set the price. We basically get the price from our partner. They own the parking and municipality, etc. So we just, this is the price everybody pay. So, but if we have the influential capability later, have more users, etc. Definitely, I think we should have started.
Yeah, because then you have something also to offer to the city of Amsterdam, for example. Yeah, if you could incentivize and mobilize that everybody in Amsterdam is using this, then you can incentivize people to take the public transportation or take the bike. I think some of the problems that is caused is something like with the weather. So people take the bike because it's not raining. And then it's raining. And then this causes that a part of the people that normally bike take the car. And if you would make the incentive in your application that when it rains and you still take the bike, then you're a good friend of the city, right? So that sort of dynamic reward mechanism, even get an NFT badge. I'm the weather independent cyclist, right? I mean, I have a NFT with a wetsuit there, and yeah, make it funny, and collect. I mean, some of these things work, like the badges in your gym application, and you want to level up.
Yeah. I think this idea are brilliant. The challenge or the thing we need to be careful is when we are building the gamification with the rewards, etc. We're not just playing around like these existing Web2 companies give you a coupon and then expired because it's useless. Right? When we give you something, it's really, you can use it.
You can use it, you can resell it maybe even.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really gamify it and open it up. Opening it up for third parties, is that part of the strategy as well?
Yeah, so the utility NFT obviously is going to come from third party, our mobility partner, even restaurants, all the vendors, they are willing to do a little bit promotion maybe in our app, and they want to offer some discounts. So it's a win-win for everybody. Right? Yeah. And remember I mentioned about tracking the step for people not living in Europe or Netherlands? So I always telling a story to them, right? So wherever you live, we don't have service there, but doesn't mean you cannot contribute to this society. So you take some work, like 5,000, 10,000 steps, and we give you some rewards. After level up, you received a utility NFT, let's say 20% parking discount in Amsterdam. Yeah, okay, you live in Indonesia. I mean it's useless.
Yeah, useless for you.
And
you sell it.
Yeah, you sell it. It's worth, let's say, €3. Yeah. You sell it for €2. Yeah, I mean, I need to go to Amsterdam tomorrow. I need it. I will buy it. So we enable the trading of an NFT in our platform. Yeah. And then you create much more value for everybody in the world. Right. So that's the utility NFT idea behind it.
Yeah. I started a company called Zaisan, and we're building an MyD application, which is an identity application, and we have a few hotel chains that are interested in this, and they want to offer like discounts on Skybar drinks, and but if you're there and you don't have time to go to the Skybar, then you get a voucher, but it's worthless because you don't have the time. But you still have a very pleasant feeling if I could sell it on a marketplace. So that's absolutely so it really is the Web3 next generation tooling. And this podcast is about NFTs, and I like your badge of honor, gamification. You can have them connected to an individual and untradeable, and so then it's really like a badge of honor. I give it to you. It's your certificate. It's your badge of honor that you did it, and you can give them NFTs that are a voucher, basically something that they can also trade. So absolutely a very good example of what NFTs can bring to the table, I would say. Future of NFTs. We're creating this Web3 world. Do you have like a dream with that you think, in 5 years' time, everything will be, what would it be?
I think everything will be tokenized.
Everything will be tokenized.
That's what Alex always talking about in 2 tokens. Mm-hmm. So actually, it's very interesting. I think 2 weeks ago, I attended a private panel discussion. So there's a lady. So there are all different entrepreneurs there, but they are not really into crypto or Web3 yet. They invest in different industry. Like the lady was investing in restaurants. I have a big chain of restaurant here. So, sorry. So she was asking me like, what do you think of metaverse? Is this the future or, it's a common question that people will ask. Non-crypto.
I think I've got that question also like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, exactly. And NFT stuff. And I told her like, if you are already making phone calls, video calls using Zoom or Teams, etc., you're already in the metaverse, right? It's virtual, but only if just audio and video, it's a little bit boring, right? So the metaverse give you more vivid experience when you interact with people virtually, right? And once you are in the metaverse, you can do things that we do in real life. Just buy a house, digital place, right? So because if you get traffic, people come, they will see your logo. It can also be advertisement like Sandbox, right? And then you need an NFT. Right? You need sort of digital currency to pay in the metaverse. So, and then everything, it chains together. So that there's no doubt that this is not future, it's already happening. That's my point actually to her.
Yeah, one, like I said, one of my friends also asked me, "Do you believe in the metaverse?" Something like the phrasing of the question was. And we were visiting them, and my stepson had the Oculus. I gave him that one like a year ago. And then I said, "Come here, put this on your head and use the Oculus, experience what a 3D world using your senses." And then he got it. Then he really, now I understand what you mean. Because I can have like a theoretically explanation of how I think the world will be used, and I can give some examples of use cases and entrepreneurs that I've met that are doing this and this and this. He's in the real estate business, and I have somebody's working on creating a city with only houses that are made by architects, and you can buy the picture or the drawings of the house. So it's like a showroom house. He wants to create a whole city of demo houses, so you can shop around to buy your house, or buy the drawing of your house by the architect that designed it. And people don't understand that. But imagine you put the goggles on and walk around, and that's absolutely. Then it starts to live. Then it's their senses really recognizing the world.
Yeah, the feeling is completely different. I remember 2018, I bought my HTC Vive. Of course, it's really heavy set, right? So, but completely changed my view of the future. I mean, this is definitely gonna be the future. You'll feel it when you wear it.
Absolutely, they will be integrated in your goggles or your
it will only get smaller and smaller, like the computers.
On your telephone, and artificial reality makes it. Live translations will be the world will be so different in another, and we really are on the verge of these technologies coming together and making it much more smart than it really currently is. So I think we're on the same page there.
And if you also look at the COVID, the impact of the corona, I don't know if there's any company like force you to go to office today anymore. Maybe there are a few, but majority of the company, right? So it's all remote. That's where the metaverse thing is gonna happen, actually, right?
Put your goggles on, and you're virtually meeting the rest of your team. And where do we have the meeting? On the beach in there, or in a villa there, or well, of course we traveled there. And getting points with your application. Or staying home. Do you get points for that?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. So the key here is how do you track it? Because gamification, many projects they fail because people basically cheat in the system, and that will break everything. Right. So the reward doesn't work anymore. So the most important thing to build a gamification in crypto, in my view, is how do you make sure you track them? I'm not talking about like you have to use AI, machine learning, right? Because that will always have some mistake. So you the better have a system which is easy to track, easy to understand, and not easy to cheat. And then you can make your business model, feasible. Otherwise, it's become a burning money game, and you can throw a lot of money at the beginning as rewards, Doesn't matter if you get money from VCs or you raise it from crypto.
No,
it will run out.
It needs to have utility that users want to use it, and not. Of course, you can give them some value for you to sign up, but if the service doesn't have any value, then people don't stick around. So yeah, absolutely right. So yeah, I think we're at the end of the podcast. Do you have any last comments, things you really want to share to the audience? Try the app, right?
We don't charge service fee like other service providers, so it's cheaper. It's no-brainer to use it. So when you hear people talking about this, then you will know that we already opened
in your life. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming to this podcast today. Really enjoyed talking to you and talking about your application MobiFi and learning about how you incentivize the users. I think a perfect example of what tokenization and NFTs can bring to the table, mobilizing users to behave in a certain way. Very interesting. If you brainstorm about it, then I can see all kinds of angles and all kinds of directions that this solution could bring. So this was the Two Tokens NFT podcast. My name is Rhett Oudkerk Pool. Please sign up, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
That was it for today's podcast. Thank you for listening in, and please subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming episodes. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find our contact details at www.twotokens.org.